Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today I am in front of the camera again because I thought I'd sit down in front of you guys. I don't know why, I just kind of wanted to. I thought why not make a 2022 Formula 1 predictions video because it will probably get views. I'm hoping it gets views. I'm joking. I thought I could bless you with my thoughts on what could happen next year in terms of driver changes, general predictions. So yeah, if you do enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already because that'd be nice. Anyway, let's stop waffling and get straight into some of my predictions. First of all, we're going to go through the driver lineup predictions and we're going to start right at the top and go down to the bottom. So starting with Mercedes, I think Mercedes are going to sign Lewis Hamilton and you guessed it, George Russell. Even though I think Bottas is a good team player, and if Mercedes' battle is going to be against Red Bull, Bottas would be a really good option. I think Mercedes are going to be essentially pressured by the F1 community into signing Russell because everyone loves Russell at this point. Like, it's unhealthy. And obviously Lewis is going to stay there because it's Lewis Hamilton. Regardless of how he does this year, he'll probably stay on. I think he'll get 8 championships. But yeah, so Lewis alongside George Russell, and it's going to be a pretty heated rivalry, I think. So that's going to be pretty cool. Next up, we're going to look at Red Bull, and I think that's going to stay exactly the same. We're going to have Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez being a very definite number 2 driver there, with Max being the golden boy as per. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just saying nothing's going to change at Red Bull. Number 3, we've got McLaren. I believe that Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo are going to stay alongside each other. Because at the end of the day, yes, Ricciardo's not doing amazingly this season, but he does need time to warm up to the car. So I think we'll have Daniel Ricciardo in that McLaren seat next season, and Lando's staying there till like 2025. So, which is great because I love Lando and I love McLaren. So it's good news. Same with Ferrari. I don't think Ferrari's going to change too much. So Charles Leclerc is going to stay as their number 1 driver with Carlos Sainz fulfilling the number 2 spot because they have been very good together this season. Carlos Sainz has really impressed me actually, one of the most underrated drivers on the grid. And I'll probably make a video on him now actually because I've just had that idea. Stay tuned. Aston Martin. Now this is a bit controversial and a bit out there. Probably won't happen, but I think it could. So I'm thinking Lance Stroll, obviously, because Lawrence isn't going to sack his own son. And Valtteri Bottas. I think Vettel's time is coming to an end very, very soon, and I think that Valtteri Bottas could be a good number 2 or number 1 for Aston Martin, because it is like the next down from Mercedes, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I think Valtteri Bottas could go to Aston Martin, and well, we'll just have to wait and see, because if he's not a Mercedes, he'll either leave the sport or potentially go to Aston Martin or Williams. I can't see him going to Williams though, because I don't know. So we've already lost Sebastian Vettel, but I also think we might lose Fernando Alonso. I think at Alpine we could have Esteban Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou, depending on whether or not Alonso decides to stay. She could do, but if he doesn't, I think Guan Yu Zhou would be a good replacement. Another argument is Oscar Piastri from Formula 2. However, it all depends on super license points and experience at the time, really. So we could have Esteban Ocon alongside Guan Yu Zhou, which could be pretty cool. AlphaTauri, I believe, are going to keep Pierre Gasly because I don't think Gasly will risk going anywhere else until there's like a solid space opened up for him. And alongside him, I'm going to say Liam Lawson, depending on the super license points he gets this year in Formula 2. He has really impressed me all season long so far, Liam Lawson, which has been really annoying as a Teo Pourchaire fan because they're kind of rivals. So yeah, Liam Lawson has been a very good driver this year, and I think that he could fulfill that AlphaTauri slot. So Alfa Romeo, I think we're going to have Antonio Giovinazzi and Teo Pourchaire. I pray that they go for Antonio and Teo, which does mean we're losing Kimi as well. So we could lose Kimi, Seb, and Alonso next year if my predictions are correct, which they're almost definitely not. However, it could happen. I really want to see Teo Pourchaire in that Alfa Romeo car. Teo to Frederic Vasseur is very similar to Max to Helmut Marko in the sense that they're kind of the golden boys that they picked up at a young age. So I think Teo Pourchaire could be in the Alfa Romeo next year, depending on super license points and how he does in the remainder of the season. So fingers crossed. At Williams, I think we could have Dan Tickson and Nicholas Latifi. As much as people think Latifi's going to be gone, I think Williams kind of want to keep at least one driver as it is at the moment. And I think Dan Tickson could fulfill that other seat. Yes, he's had a bit of a questionable past, and you'll find out in a video soon. I'm making on Dan Tickson with a very special guest, which you'll have to wait and see about. Dan Tickson has been very good this season. So you never know. He could go to Williams. I think he'll probably beat Roy Nissany to the seat. He'll probably beat Jack Aitken to the seat. So yeah, Dan Tickson in a Williams. I'd love to see it. As much as I hate to say it, I'd love to see it. So yeah. Finally, at Haas, we're going to stick with Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin, because Mazepin's there because they need the money in. Where else is Mick going to go apart from Alfa? And like I said, I think Alfa will be Giovinazzi and Porsche. So there we go. There's our driver predictions. But don't go anywhere, because I've got some general predictions, which are probably going to be so far off, it's laughable. But I'm just here to have some fun at the end of the day and just say things that could happen. So if you're enjoying, leave a like. So my first general prediction, I think McLaren could be on par with Mercedes and Red Bull in terms of pace. Oh, this has nothing to do with the hat. It does have something to do with the hat. I really want to see it happen because I'm a big McLaren fan, specifically a Lando fan as well. And I'd love to see him kind of getting stuck in, fighting for wins. So hopefully McLaren will be on par with Mercedes and Red Bull. I think they'll be the 3 fastest teams, with Ferrari just sitting a little bit behind them, but kind of up and down, if you know what I mean, how they have been this year. I think Williams are going to be a solid midfield runner. I think Dan Tickson will score points if he does go to Williams. That's a strange prediction. Dan Tickson scoring points in the Williams next year. It could happen. You never know. If it does happen, someone save this clip out of context and put it on it. Okay, it won't happen. I think the field's going to be a lot closer next season in general. I think the gap between the midfield, the back markers and the leaders, it's going to be all over the place, and it's going to be much closer in general. There's the new cars, new regulations, although we could get some dominance again. Hopefully not. I pray we don't get dominance again, because that would be boring. I think Alpine are going to be further off the pace than they are now. I don't know why. It's just some random hunch I've got. And yeah, I mean, I could be totally wrong, and Alpine could be they could dominate or something. I don't think they will. I think Red Bull will have a slight advantage at the top of the championship. I think they'll just be slightly quicker than Mercedes and McLaren. And I think that Max Verstappen will win the championship. Not really a crazy prediction, but yeah, could happen. It depends. It's so hard to predict things for new regulations, because everything could change, you know. I also think that Lando will get a race win. Well, think or pray. You take your pick. But I really want Lando to get a race win. I think it's certainly possible. It could even be possible this year. I mean, I don't know. I'm just waiting for it to happen, really. But I definitely think it will. I think Lando's championship worthy. So a race wins. It's only a matter of time. And last but not least, I think Haas will still be last.